Welcome to today's episode of Gurbani Reflections. I'm your AI companion, Akhar, here to guide you on a journey through the profound teachings of the Guru Granth Sahib.
Welcome to another deep dive into Gurbani. You know, it's 2025, and every Wednesday we are still going strong, exploring profound questions and insights from Gurbani.
It's amazing, right?
It is today. We're tackling a question that's central to understanding Sikhi. What is Ram in Gurbani?
It's a really good question.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Ram, isn't that a Hindu deity? You're right. The word Ram does hold significance in other spiritual traditions, but in the Gurugranthsahib, it takes on a completely different meaning, one that's key to grasping a core concept of Sikhi.
Yeah, and what's fascinating is that the Gurugranthsahib explicitly acknowledges this potential for confusion.
Yeah.
It guides us to differentiate between two distinct interpretations of Ram, what it calls Gurmat's Ram and the Pujari's Ram.
Okay, two Rams. Now I'm really intrigued. So tell me, what sets these two interpretations apart?
Well, the Pujari's Ram is the one we often associate with Hindu mythology, King Dashrath's son, the historical figure born in Ayodhya. This understanding focuses on his life story, his actions, and his role in epic narratives.
Right, the prince, the warrior,
Yeah.
the king. But you're saying Gurmat's Ram is something else entirely.
Exactly. Gurmat's Ram, as revealed through Gurbani, is the formless, omnipresent, universal energy, the hukam, if you will. It's that eternal, unchanging essence that exists beyond birth and death, beyond any physical form.
So less of a specific deity
Yeah.
and more of a cosmic principle.
Precisely. Think of it as the singular, ultimate reality that permeates all of creation. It's synonymous with terms like Hari, Gobind, and Prab, all pointing towards that one unifying force.
That makes sense. But how does the Guru Granth Sahib address this difference? Does it outright reject the more traditional historical understanding of Ram?
Not necessarily. It encourages critical analysis and invites us to delve deeper. In fact, there's a powerful passage on Ang 14:12 that beautifully illustrates this distinction.
Oh yeah, the one where it talks about Ramchandra experiencing anxieties and taking certain actions.
Yeah, yes. That passage emphasizes the human limitations of even revered figures and highlights the temporal nature of their existence. It contrasts this with the eternal, unchanging nature of Gurmat's Ram, the true creator.
It's almost like the Guru Granth Sahib is saying, look, even the great Ramchandra had worries and struggles. How could he possibly be the limitless, all-powerful force that created everything?
Exactly. And that raises an interesting question. If even the Vedas, the ancient scriptures from which the Pujari's understanding of Ram originates, describe the divine principle as formless and eternal, has the interpretation within the Pujari tradition perhaps strayed from the original Vedic message?
Oh, that is something to ponder.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've established that there are these two distinct understandings of Ram, and that from the Sikhi perspective, we're talking about this formless, omnipresent energy. But how do we, as individuals, connect with Gurmat's Ram? How do we tap into that universal energy in our daily lives?
That's where the real journey begins. The Guru Granth Sahib emphasizes that realizing Ram is an internal process. It's about recognizing the divine spark, the Adam Ram, within each of us.
Not through rituals or idol worship, then.
No, those may have their place in other traditions, but in Sikhi, it's about cultivating a deep understanding and connection with the formless essence that permeates all beings. And that connection starts within.
So what steps can we take on this inward journey? How do we even begin to realize this Adam Ram?
Well, the Guru Granth Sahib offers a beautiful analogy of exile and return. The separation from our true inner consciousness, represented by Sita and Lakshman in the Ramchandra story, symbolizes our exile in the material world, caught up in the illusions of Maya.
So we're all kind of wandering in this wilderness, searching for our way back home.
Yes, and union with this inner Ram, this Adam Ram, signifies our return to the true Ayodhya, not a physical city, mind you, but a state of spiritual bliss and enlightenment, the Suksagar, the Sakhand.
That makes so much sense. So it's not about mindlessly chanting Ram Ram, but about aligning our thoughts, our actions, our very being with the qualities of this divine energy, this hukam, this Ram.
Precisely. It's through this process of contemplation, reflection, and actually living the teachings of Gurbani that we begin to merge with this omnipresent Ram, this universal energy that connects us all.
Wow, that's a powerful image. So in essence, every moment becomes an opportunity to experience this divine presence, not as something separate from ourselves, but at the very essence of our being.
Beautifully put. It's a shift in perspective from seeking the divine outside ourselves to recognizing it as the very core of our existence.
And that recognition is what truly allows us to experience the bliss and liberation that the Gurugranthsahib speaks of.
Exactly. It's about understanding that this divine spark, this Atom Ram, resides not just within us, but within every single being.
And recognizing that shared divinity changes everything.
It does.
It changes how we see ourselves, how we interact with others, how we experience the world around us. This is getting really interesting.
It certainly is. And we've only just begun to explore the depths of this concept.
Luckily for us, we have plenty more to unpack. We'll be right back after a short break. To continue our deep dive into the meaning of Ram in Gurbani.
You know, it's fascinating how the Gurugranthsahib uses such evocative imagery and metaphors to convey these profound spiritual concepts.
Yeah, I agree. It makes these complex ideas so much more accessible and relatable. It's not just abstract philosophy. It's wisdom that we can actually apply to our lives.
Exactly. Like the analogy of exile and return. It paints such a vivid picture of our spiritual journey.
Speaking of which, we were talking about the steps we can take on this inward journey to realize the Atom Ram within us. The Gurugranthsahib emphasizes the importance of understanding and internalizing Gurbani.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not enough to simply read the words or recite passages. We need to truly absorb them, contemplate their meaning, and allow them to transform us from the inside out.
So it's about going beyond the intellectual understanding and experiencing those teachings on a deeper, more personal level.
Precisely. The Gurugranthsahib tells us, Gurbani is the key to unlock the door of your heart. It's through Gurbani that we connect with the divine wisdom, the Shabad Guru, that guides us on our spiritual path.
And that path leads us to merge with Gurmat's Ram, this formless, omnipresent energy we've been discussing.
Yes, the Gurbani is filled with verses that describe this merging, this union with the divine, for instance. There's a beautiful line that says, "My mind has become one with the beloved, like water blending with water."
Wow. That's such a powerful image. It speaks to the complete dissolution of the ego, the sense of separation, and the realization of our oneness with the divine.
Exactly. It's about transcending the limitations of our individual selves and experiencing the vastness, the limitlessness of Gurmat's Ram.
If realizing Gurmat's Ram is this internal process, what about all the passages in the Gurugranthsahib that seem to refer to the Pujari's Ram, the one born in Ayodhya? How do we reconcile those with the concept of the formless divine?
That's a great question, and one that often comes up. It's important to remember that the Gurugranthsahib engages with existing beliefs and practices, challenging us to examine them critically in light of its core teachings.
So it's not about blindly accepting or rejecting those stories, but about using them as a starting point for deeper reflection.
Exactly. Those passages often serve as a contrast, highlighting the limitations of a purely historical or mythological understanding of the divine. For example, the verse that describes Ramchandra's anxieties and actions shows that even revered figures experience the same human emotions and limitations as anyone else.
It reminds us that true divinity transcends the confines of time and space, birth and death.
Precisely. The Gurugranthsahib consistently directs our attention inward, encouraging us to seek the eternal, unchanging Ram within our own hearts.
And in doing so, we realize that same eternal Ram in all beings.
Absolutely. The Gurugranthsahib speaks of seeing the divine in every face, in every creature, in every aspect of creation.
It's about recognizing that the same divine spark that resides within us also resides within all beings, regardless of their background, beliefs, or actions.
That's beautifully put. And that recognition, that understanding of our interconnectedness, is what truly transforms our perception of ourselves and the world around us.
It shifts our focus from separation to unity, from judgment to compassion, from fear to love.
And that shift is at the heart of Sikhi.
You know, earlier you mentioned that realizing Gurmat's Ram isn't about external rituals or practices, but the Gurugranthsahib does talk about certain actions we can take to cultivate that connection.
Right. Yes, it does. While it emphasizes that true transformation comes from within, it also guides us towards actions that support our spiritual growth.
Like what? Can you give us some examples?
Of course. One key practice is Simran, the remembrance of the divine name. This isn't just about repeating words, but about consciously focusing our minds on the qualities of Gurmat's Ram: love, compassion, truth, and so on.
So it's about infusing our thoughts and actions with those divine attributes.
Exactly. Another important practice is seva, selfless service to others. This is seen as a way of expressing our love for the divine and recognizing that same divine spark in everyone we encounter.
It's about extending that compassion and understanding outward, beyond ourselves.
Yes. And then there's the practice of kirtan, singing the praises of the divine. This is about connecting with the shabad guru through music and allowing those sacred vibrations to uplift and transform us.
So it's not just about listening to kirtan, but about actively participating, allowing ourselves to be fully immersed in that experience.
Precisely. These practices, when done with sincerity and understanding, create a fertile ground for the seed of Gurmat's Rem to blossom within us.
They support our inward journey and help us align our lives with the wisdom of Gurbani.
Exactly. And that alignment, that merging with the divine, is the ultimate goal of Sikhi.
It's about realizing that the formless ring, the universal energy, is not something separate from us, but rather the very essence of our being.
Beautifully put. It's about recognizing that we are, each and every one of us, expressions of that divine love, that divine light, that divine power.
This has been such an enlightening discussion so far. We've explored the different interpretations of Ram, unpacked the concept of Gurmat's Ram as the formless, omnipresent energy, and discussed the importance of realizing this Ram within through the teachings of the Gurugranthsahib. But there's still so much more to explore.
Indeed. We've only just scratched the surface. The beauty of Gurbani is that it offers endless depths of wisdom to those who seek it.
Well, I'm definitely eager to dive deeper into this topic, and I know our listeners are too. We'll be right back after a short break to continue our exploration of the meaning of Ram in Gurbani. You know, as we've been discussing this concept of Gurmat's Ram, one thing that keeps coming to mind is this idea of universality.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. The very nature of Gurmat's Ram as this formless, omnipresent energy suggests his universality that transcends any specific religion or belief system.
Exactly. It's like the Gurugranthsahib is saying, look, this divine essence, this Ram, is within everyone and everything. It's the unifying thread that connects us all.
Precisely. It challenges us to move beyond the limitations of our own perspectives and recognize the inherent divinity in all beings.
And to see that same divinity reflected in the world around us.
Yes. To appreciate the beauty and wonder of creation and to understand that it's all a manifestation of that same universal energy, that same Gurmat's Ram.
It's such a profound and liberating concept. It really shifts our entire worldview.
It does indeed. And it has profound implications for how we live our lives. If we truly embrace this understanding, it naturally leads to a more compassionate, inclusive, and loving way of being.
Yeah, I completely agree. It compels us to treat all beings with respect and kindness, recognizing that we are all interconnected, all part of the same divine tapestry.
It also inspires us to live in harmony with nature, recognizing that it too is a manifestation of Gurmat's Ram.
And to act with integrity and purpose.
Yeah.
Knowing that our actions ripple outward and affect the whole.
Exactly. It's about living a life that reflects the qualities of Gurmat's Ram. Love, compassion, truth, justice, and so on.
It's about becoming embodiments of those divine attributes, not just in our words, but in our thoughts, actions, and interactions with the world.
Beautifully put. That's the essence of Sikhi, to merge with Gurmat's Ram and to live a life that reflects that divine union.
This has been such an enlightening deep dive. We've explored the different interpretations of Ram, unpacked the concept of Gurmat's Ram as this formless, omnipresent energy, and discussed the importance of realizing this Ram within through the teachings of the Gurugranthsahib.
It's been a fascinating exploration of a truly profound concept, and I think it's raised some important questions for our listeners to contemplate.
Absolutely. If the true Ram is this formless essence within us all, how does this understanding impact our perception of ourselves and our relationships with others? Does it change how we interact with the world, how we approach challenges, how we view our own potential?
Those are wonderful questions to reflect upon, and I encourage all of our listeners to refer to the Gurugranthsahib directly for a deeper and more personal understanding of this profound concept.
As always, we warmly welcome your feedback. If you feel that any part of the content does not align with the scripture, we encourage you to share your insights. We're all on this journey of learning and growing together.
Until next time, may the divine light within you guide your path.
Sat Sri Akal.